while ago, I came across this condition where people cannot feel pain at all. Look, if you get burnt one time, you learn that you should avoid touching the fire because it is painful. But how would you learn to stay away from it when you cannot feel pain at all? Children who suffer from this condition often hurt themselves. They can easily chew off their tongue and they don't even know that they are doing that because they just do not know when to stop. In some certain sense, physical pain is actually a necessity for a human being to protect ourselves. I was wondering, why is our psychological pain being built in our system? And I came to realize some beautiful functions of pain. Just like how pain can protect you from physical harms, it also protects you from potential psychological threats. For example, you have a group of friends that is really toxic, and whenever you're talking to them, you feel like you lose a lot of energy and you feel hurt inside, but at the same time, you're not completely aware of the situation. So pain is an indicator for you that this group of friends is not healthy for you. Pain also indicates your boundaries and limitations. Is there any time that you are hosted by someone or you move to a new house and the first night you just cannot sleep at all? Do you know why? Because you are a stranger to that house. But the moment when you start to look around, you look at the bathroom, you see where the basement is. If you're hosted, maybe you're interacting with the people in the house and you feel like, oh, okay, this house is pretty safe for me. And you're gonna find yourself sleeping like a baby. So your psychology is very similar. In ourself, there's so many parts of our emotion that we do not yet figure it out. And whenever we go through a painful situation, we discover a new part of ourselves. There might be a time when you feel like you are so caught up with jealousy and you're like, whoa, I did not realize that I can be so jealous like this. I did not even see that I have anger issues until I start dealing with money, for example. Now, even when that feeling of jealousy or anger or whatever it is uncomfortable for you, it is painful for you, but it shows you that this is your boundary, that if you cross this, you are not gonna act like the same person. You're not gonna be yourself anymore. Now, there might be another person who is not trying to push that boundary because they never experienced that pain, but at the same time, because they never cross that boundary, they just do not realize where that limit is and they just stand from afar. They never try to get close to that boundary, but at the same time they're not very comfortable moving around because they never test their own limits. So when a person experiences pain, they are more aware of their own nature and they are more comfortable within themselves because they know when to stop if it's needed. Pain allows us to discover every single corner of our emotion. It gives you self-awareness and helps you feel comfortable under your skin. Lastly, pain completes ourself. Pain trains you to be braver and calmer. Let's say if in the future there's a similar dose of pain comes to you again, you're gonna be like, you know what, that is just a mosquito. I have experienced the same thing before. It's not a big deal for me. So you're not gonna be as scared when similar things comes to you again. Pain also makes you a more merciful and empathetic person. If you never feel pain before, you wouldn't understand the feeling that people go through, and sometimes we just ignore other people's feeling just because we cannot see how our action can affect another person on such a deep level. There's some people who I hold a lot of respect for. Whenever I talk to that person, usually that person would understand right away what I'm trying to say with very little explanation. They have the ability to judge a situation accurately and they can predict the outcome pretty well. So I was asking myself, is this person born with this, or that person trained themselves to have such awareness of the world? And I realized that, no one is born with such awareness, and they must have gone through so much to have the understanding of other people's feeling to resonate with that, because they themselves have experienced it and overcome it. So pain, it doesn't only give you the self-awareness, but also give you the consciousness of the world around you. Pain sharpens your personality and make you a more complete person.
I'm going to end with a hadith where Prophet ﷺ said that whoever relieves the hardship of a believer in this world, Allah will relieve his hardship on the day of resurrection. Whoever helps ease one in difficulty, Allah will make it easy for him in this world and the hereafter. Whoever conceals the fault of a Muslim, Allah will conceal his faults in this world and the hereafter. Isn't it beautiful that a human being felt pain and transferred that energy to greatness, where they learn to be empathetic to others, and they realize that as much as a pain can affect themselves, they would make it easy for others by avoid causing more pain to them, by becoming a more merciful human being.